Myself Vaibhav. In today's session, we have seen the US dollar gaining its last ground after the sell-off in a backdrop of Federal Reserve monetary policy announcement. In the monetary policy statement, the Fed has emphasized that it is going to stick with its earlier stance of not raising the interest rates earlier than anticipated, and as per the dot plot also it is signaling that the interest rates are likely to remain unchanged at the current levels of 0 to 0.25% band, but the market is having none of it, and we are seeing the US Treasury yield spiking again in today's session, reaching to a new yearly high above 1.73%, and the dollar has consequently gained against most of its currency peers. After the start of US trading session, we haven't really seen any big moves, and now it is more of an in undecided territory where it is oscillating between 20 pips range, holding above the 109.1 level against the Japanese yen. Earlier in the day, we also got the Bank of England's monetary policy announcement, and here also, as expected, there is no change in interest rates as well as quantitative easing program. The earlier rates of 0.1% stand unchanged, and also the asset purchase program is going to continue with the same pace, with the overall envelope of UK pound at 75 billion. Moving on to the US data, we got these initial jobless claims for the week ended 13th of March, and contrary to the expectations, we are seeing uptick in these filings at 770,000, and this is, I think, is likely to be a one-off event, and we might see again the earlier trajectory of declining initial jobless claims resuming in next week, but still this is showing some increase there in people claiming for the jobless benefits. But if we consider other economic data, other economic signals which we have got, the economy is doing well, considerably well, and even better than the expectations in backdrop of widespread vaccination rollout. And I think this is likely to only get better from here. And even in the Federal Reserve's forecast, we are seeing that the economic projections have been upped. Now, for this year, the GDP growth forecast is revised at 6.5%, a lot higher compared to the prior projections of just sub 4% levels. And also, the inflation is likely to be higher. I think the projections are of around 2.4%. Now moving to the technical section, where we will first see what's happening in the USD JPY, and then we will also take a look on the gold. Both of these crosses have the dollar as their dominant force, and we will see how this strength in the dollar is likely to get reflected in these technical formations for both these pairs. Let's start with the USD JPY's technical outlook first. This is the daily time frame chart here, and the USD JPY has hold on to its gain after climbing sharply from the levels closer to 103. Now it is sitting just under 110, and for last couple of sessions it has remained pretty sideways, and the range has fairly narrowed. Now for today's session, again we were looking at maybe some corrective move, but that didn't really materialize, and the USD JPY picked up the buying momentum after getting closer to 108.7. Now for the time being it is holding well above 109, and I think in next couple of days we are not really likely to see a big one-sided move unless and until any big development happens which causes the dollar to move. Apart from that, if we simply consider in terms of technicals, it might remain in consolidation phase for next couple of days, and in light of that, it will be better for us to adapt some scalping strategies for the USD JPY. On the higher side, we are seeing that the price level of around 9.3 has been a strong resistance for the USD JPY so far. Even in today's session, it tried to get closer to the that level, but it didn't really break above that, and now it is again trading in a narrow range. On the lower side, there is indeed some support closer to 108.5, so that is almost apparent if we even take a cursory look. But what is more interesting is that we will have to use some chart levels which I think are going to hold the key in near term. So if again if we see that the USD JPY goes on to decline below these prior swing low, today's low itself around 108.7, then I think this time around the picture might be different and we can expect this decline to even extend towards 108 in next couple of sessions. And if we have a breakout on the higher side, then that will be a different story. But given the fact that the USD JPY has already rallied considerably in last couple of weeks and now it is sitting on the top, I'm not really expecting any big up move from these levels. But of course, if the breakout happens, then we have to respect that. And if you want to trade for the buy side, you can do that. Otherwise, simply sit on the sidelines, but don't look for short selling on the higher side. But contrary to that, if we do get a breakout on the lower side and we are closer to these consolidation phase low of today's session, I think then we are good to go for fresh short selling opportunities where the target can be in the initial stages kept closer to these prior swing lows, the lows of around 108.4, the price levels of around 10 to 11th of March. I think those levels can be expected if we do get a breakout on the lower side, if the price momentum sustains. But otherwise, apart from that, right now we will have to simply sit on the sidelines here as we haven't really seen any big development which might cause the USD JPY to break out of its this narrow range, and as a result of that, I think it will be better to remain cautious. And right now, it is in no man's land where it is not likely to bring much gains, even if we go for any trade. Now, moving on to the gold. This is the daily time frame chart here, and we have seen the gold struggle after getting closer to these price levels of around 1760 USD per ounce, and now it has given up most of its gains which were there after the Federal Reserve's monetary policy announcement, and trading closer to the day's low. It is now even lower than the yesterday's low, and it is signaling that we are likely to see its continuation of the bearish trajectory after having seen these retracements starting closer to the US dollar 1680 per ounce level, stretching all the way to US dollar 1750 per ounce. And in light of these fresh sell off with good momentum, I think it will be better for us to start looking for opportunities which we can utilize or which we can capitalize on. If you consider the regression curve, it has flattened and even started to inch on the upward trajectory. But herein lies the key that the gold will have to sustain and hold the levels closer to this consolidation phase low of around US dollar 1730 for this regression curve to remain the way it has been. And if we don't really see the gold holding on to these price levels, and if it dips below, then I think as the price action will move on to the lower band of this regression curve, it again might shift its gears and start to decline. And in that case, it will be better for us to expect gold to retest its prior swing low of around $1,680. The pivot point formation with its central pivot point around $1,780 is still more conducive for short selling trades. Here we did get the gold closer to the resistance zone, not exactly closer to that, but I think still good enough. And then as the dollar started to gain against most of its peers, the gold also saw the sharp decline, and right now the momentum is fairly bearish. So if we want to trade even on the current levels, I would prefer to go for short selling, and the stop loss can be kept just little above this confidence area of 50 and 100 SMA. So for the breakout on the lower side, if we see the gold sustaining this decline, and if it simply consolidates closer to these levels of around $1,720, the 200 SMA area, then maybe by tomorrow's session we will have more market participants willing to go short, and if there is a decline below this immediate support, then I think we are pretty much likely to see the gold getting back closer to these lows of around 12th March, which is there around the psychologically important level of $1,700 as it's a round figure, and then it will depend how the market developments unfold, and if not for any contrary development, I would suggest that it is more likely to see the continuation of the trend and then the rollover towards its immediate swing low of around $1,680. So that remains a possibility on the current price. And if we want to capitalize on that, we will have to wait for some more hours and see how the price action unfolds in today's US session. And depending on that, we will have a good enough formation which will guide us in our endeavor of finding the profitable trading opportunities in the gold. So that's it from my side for today's session. If any of you have any query or any idea to share, you can write to me in the feedback section, and I would be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Before I sign off, I would also like to remind of the risk associated with trading in the financial instrument, and one should be careful while using the information provided. Have a fabulous day ahead. Do subscribe to the Decoscopy webinar channel to stay updated on the market developments. Thank you all for joining in. See you next time. Till then, goodbye.